So I'm going to cheat and quickly give you two things of very different flavors. The first is, as I mentioned, at the HQ level, we're not managing large enterprise programs typically, but we do have some. And one of the ones that we do have is a content management platform as a services, which manages all of our public-facing websites. And that is something that, 4 years ago, we kind of transitioned to an open source platform. And over that time, we have actually transitioned to a full DevOps pipeline implementation. And as we've matured in that process, that team has reduced the overall life cycle for getting content changes to production by about 80%, and actually reduced the deployment time itself by about 95%. So very successful kind of microcosm of how DevOps can really add value to, I think, the enterprise. But for us at the HQ level, the bigger picture for me is what I alluded to earlier, which is how do we scale this across the enterprise? And you heard Stu, I think, mention governance, and that came up a couple times. And so we really have a large initiative across the department right now to actually transform how we govern the deployment of IT capabilities and how we oversee those programs. And what we're trying to do is inject the modern best practices that Mark referenced earlier, and make sure that the government and governance and the oversight processes support, enable, and encourage those best practices. And that includes DevOps, that includes containerization, that includes overall agile methodologies. And so, as you can imagine, that's a fairly large and ambitious effort that is currently ongoing, but we're seeing signs of success already today, and that's very important to the department.
Excellent.